The St. Peter's Peacocks will beat the Purdue Boilermakers on Friday to be the first 15 seed to ever make it to the Elite Eight. And here's why. But first, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into College Hoops Tonight. I am your host, as always, Austin Samuels. Today we got a really interesting episode. We have a 15 seed in the Sweet 16, which rarely happens. It's the third time ever in the history of college basketball. Last year was the last time someone did it. Oral Roberts was able to make it, and they were so close to making it to the Elite Eight. I think St. Peter's is going to make history on Friday. Here's how they're going to do it. So reason number one is their slow pace, right? Purdue plays a super fast style of basketball, but St. Peter's plays really, really slow. They have one of the slowest paces in all of the tournament. They like to keep games low scoring. They rely on their defense and efficiency on the offensive end. They've been able to enforce their pace against teams like Kentucky and Murray State in their first two games of the tournament, and I think they can do it on Purdue. So, secondly, let's talk about St. Peter's defense. They are also one of the best defensive teams left in the tournament in the Sweet 16. Daryl Banks III, their star player, their leading scorer, and their best perimeter defender will most likely guard superstar Jaden Ivey on Friday night. He's done an excellent job against two pretty good guards for Murray State and Kentucky, which has allowed them to get this far. Honestly, the biggest guy defensively for the Peacocks is K.C. Ndefo. He is their big man. He's been incredible defensively so far this tournament, and he's going to probably be tasked with guarding 7'4" big man Zach Edey. So how is he going to guard that, right? I mean, he's only 6'8". So St. Peter's is definitely going to double team Zach Edey, as they've done with the big men of other teams, such as Oscar Tshiebwe in the first round. And they're going to have to swarm him, force the ball out of his hands, and they're going to have to box him out every single possession to have a chance in this one to not allow for him to dominate the boards. This is one of the best just positionally defensive teams in the country because they're really not that big, but they play such fundamentally sound defense. They switch in and out of a zone defense from time to time. They're really well coached, and they really get it done on the defensive end. The third reason is the three ball. This team, during the regular season, they relied on the three ball a lot in their conference tournament. They haven't shot an insane volume so far in the NCAA tournament, just hitting 6 threes a game in their 2 games so far. However, they're very efficient from out there. They've got a ton of guys. Basically, everybody who steps on the floor for them, besides K.C. Ndefo, can hit the three ball for the Peacocks, and they're going to have to hit some threes to beat Purdue, and I think they will. The fourth reason, and maybe the biggest reason, is this team gets to the free throw line so well for being such an undersized team. They have shot 26 free throws a game in their 2 games in the NCAA tournament. This is how they won their conference tournament as well. Purdue's not a good defensive team. They rank 152nd in the entire nation in defensive points per game and even lower in defensive efficiency. So St. Peter's probably could get to the free throw line 25 times against Purdue. If they do that, I think they win the ball game. The last thing, the fifth reason is, the fifth big thing is keep K.C. Ndefo out of foul trouble, right? He's your best Swiss Army knife. He's your second leading scorer. He's your main inside presence, great defensive player. If he stays out of foul trouble, I really think St. Peter's will win this game. And this game's going to come down to 3 players. It's going to come down to Daryl Banks, who needs to get hot offensively, knock down some threes, and play great defense on Jaden Ivey. It's going to come down to Doug Eifert, the 6th man on this team who's had 2 monster games in the NCAA tournament. Absolutely outstanding shooter from beyond the arc and an insanely good free throw shooter. He's been incredible for them. And then lastly, obviously, K.C. Ndefo is going to be huge, guarding Edey, scoring on the inside, and really just being that inside presence for this St. Peter's team. And yeah, I think St. Peter's is going to make history Friday night. They will beat the Purdue Boilermakers, and they will go to the Elite Eight for the first time in NCAA history. This team is a team of destiny. I sincerely believe that. I think Purdue has one of their worst offensive games of the year. St. Peter's does enough on the offensive end. They are efficient on that end. They take down the Boilermakers, and they make history Friday night. All right, so if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. It's been super fun. March Madness has been incredible so far. There's been a ton of upsets. I believe 4 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16, which is definitely crazy. So stay tuned. We're going to have more coverage, probably Final Four coverage next week, which is going to be really exciting. Probably going to break down both of those games. So thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, as always, Austin Samuels, and have a great night, and go Peacocks.